Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of restoring the cast iron skillet. First video, all the excess grease off the cast iron and took a wire brush and cleaned it up nice. Got soap and cleaned it up really good. This part we're going to season it. So stay tuned and hope you enjoy the video. Perfect temperature. Alright guys, here are the parts to the handle, and the handle is, you can tell it's got a lot of grease on it, and it looks like it was polyurethane, and basically this screws into the pan. Okay, I'm going to put your cap on first like that. And then you tighten it down by this. I've cleaned up some of the stuff here, but this, what I'm probably going to do is take some paint thinner and get all that polyurethane off, all that stuff, sand it down real nice, and maybe just put some linseed oil on it, or mineral spirits, or olive oil. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna save you guys the video of restoring that. I just wanted to show you guys them parts. So let's start with preheating the oven. Alright, bake 350, start. Yep, there we go. Now there's a lot of people to say 325, 350, 375, 400. Myself, I just use 350 degrees. Next thing you want to make sure you do is put tin foil down on your bottom rack, so you save from the drippings of the oil that you put on the pan. You gotta, please excuse the lighting here, but what I found to work the best here is just regular vegetable oil, canola oil, and you just put a little bit on some napkins or whatever, and you want to do a light coating. You don't want to do something real heavy here. That looks kind of heavy, but I'll go back over it. So I'm just gonna cover this up here. I'm gonna do the whole pan with a light coat of oil. I don't want it dripping. I just want a light coating on it. So I'm gonna get this oiled up, and then we'll go on to the next step. Paper towels work a little bit better. They're a little bit tougher. They don't break apart. And they just seem to work a little bit. And we got this all oiled up, so we're going to put it in the oven now. I'll get my hands clean, get this camera repositioned. So we got our oven at 350. And our pan's all nice and lightly oiled up. We're going to set it in upside down. You don't want to do it like this because you don't want the oil. You want the oil to kind of run off of it. That's why we have the tin foil down below there. Well, there's no set science to this. I like to start off at about an hour and a half. You can do hour increments. But the thing is, we're going to have to repeat this process several times until we get the desired seasoning that we want. So start that out. Do an hour and a half. So our hour and a half is up, and the dog is barking. The dog's been barking. Take the heat off and just let it cool down, see what we have. Well, while that's cooling, I went and sanded the handle here. I didn't have to use stripper or anything like this, and put my first coat of using olive oil. So I didn't like get into any of that or anything like that, but just gonna do several coats of olive oil, get it soaked in there, and see how she comes out. Okay guys, here's the progress on the skillet. This is after the second bake. Wanted to come out here where there's a little bit more light so you guys can see. I did the second bake at 350 degrees for about an hour and a half. As you can see, it's starting to darken up some. Starting to get that more black, noticeable cast iron look to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm heating up the oven again. I'm going to re-oil this, and I'm going to bake it again for probably another hour and a half at 350. Here's the handle. I've put several coats of olive oil on it so far. I'm just gonna keep putting olive oil on it because this wood is just sucking it right up. But I think that looks pretty cool. So here's what she looks like after the third bake. Starting to get there. Inside's looking good. But it still is, you know, a little brown, like especially the bottom's just brown. Yeah, let's focus. See how that's just a little bit brown? I'm gonna get it darker, so I'm gonna do it another time and see what she does. Here's a look at the skillet after the 4th bake, and I'm pretty happy with where it's at right now. I probably could bake it a couple more times, but I'm going to cook with it, see how it does, and never know, I might throw a couple more coats of oil on it and do it a couple more times. But I think it turned out pretty good. The handle here was sanded down, and I've been putting olive oil on it, and as you can see, it's got a nice dark finish to it. Nice and smooth on the inside. I think it turned out great. Here's a little bit closer view of the pan. Like I said, I might bake it some more, I might not, but I think you guys get the idea of repeating oil, bake, oil, bake, oil, bake. But I think once I start cooking with this, it'll just keep seasoning them more and more. Handle turned out really nice. I'm just going to keep oil on that. Again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun making it, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of nice cooking out of this restored cast iron skillet.